Some memories, they never fade. They stay with you, uninvited but unforgettable. I was just 12 when a single moment changed the course of my life forever. As I walked home one afternoon, I saw my mother, father, and my father's friend drive past me. My mother never left home at that hour, and they were driving toward Nairobi. She was headed to the hospital. I didn't know it then, but that fleeting view through a car window would be the final time I ever saw my mother alive. That evening my father came home late. He didn't say much. A few days later, I learned my mother had been admitted again, her condition worse than before. Months earlier, she'd been treated for a blood clot, but a doctor made a mistake because the medication to thin her blood had been prescribed at the wrong dose. Hence her blood could no longer clot properly. In the Nairobi hospital, the complications came fast and they were deadly. One night, I heard my brother scream. When they saw me, my dad and brother masked their pain, but I could feel the truth leaking through the silence. At school the next morning, a familiar Pajero entered the compound, driven by our PCEA, church deacon. Parents only came like that for emergencies. My father was one of the occupants, and after going into the headmistress' office, my father exited the office, unable to remain inside. His face told it all. Then the headmistress walked out of the same office. She found me and walked toward me. She then said, leaning on the wall for stability, "Your father wants to take you home," she said, standing close to me, and from the look in her eyes, I knew the worst had happened. At home, my father asked if I'd heard the landline ringing. I hadn't. He said, "The hospital tried calling all night. Your mother has passed on." I folded into myself, trying to shrink the pain. But grief doesn't shrink, it expands. People poured into our home from neighbors, relatives, strangers, tears, prayers, contributions. The hospital bill left by my mother was 300,000 shillings. Impossible for us, but the community united to clear it. 2 committees were formed, one at home, one in Nairobi. Together, they made the impossible possible. At the funeral, I tiptoed to glimpse my mother in the coffin. There she was, my anchor, my guide, my mother, lifeless. Inside the church, I witnessed the conflict between grief and masculinity. Some said crying made us weak, others defended our tears. I was learning that grief confuses even the adults. We carried her home, and then we buried her. The next day, we woke expecting breakfast. Then it sank in that she wasn't there to make it. She would never be there again. Each of us found a private corner to cry. That was the morning reality that struck us hardest. We grew up quickly. No house help, no shortcuts. Cooking, cleaning, washing, stitching. We adapted. We survived. We became men long before we understood what manhood was. In high school, grief followed me. At night, I'd step out into the darkness and cry alone. I didn't want anyone asking questions they couldn't understand. I'd dry my eyes, return to class, and carry on as if nothing had happened. My grandmother filled part of the void. Despite her metal implant in her leg that pained her in cold weather, she braved the cold tea fields that surrounded my high school. As she visited each term, she never asked about grades. She asked about me. She visited until she couldn't anymore, until she too passed away. Tragedy struck twice, but the lessons carved into me remain. Compassion, responsibility, resilience, my father's strength, my own journey through pain. These moments shaped the man I am today. As the scripture says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." If this chapter of my journey touched you, there is more, much more. My full story of healing, faith, resilience, and transformation is in my book, Carried Through, Finding Strength in Life's Transitions. To order your copy, WhatsApp or call on 254-782-446878 or get it instantly on Kindle. Your healing, your strength, your next chapter begins now. Thank you for listening. Get a copy today.